One of the things that has always bothered me about these fake Christians, these Pharisees, is this pro-life nonsense. So let's talk about what it is to be pro-life. They claim to be pro-life, but do nothing about the 36.8 million people that don't get a living wage, that live in poverty. Not a damn thing. 14 million kids go to school hungry. And what do these pro-life evangelicals do? They take away Medicaid, and they take away food stamps, and they take away SNAP benefits. Wow, praise Jesus. They voted for a man who was an adjudicated rapist. Did he care about the life? Did they care about the life of Jean Carroll? No. Did they care about the life of the 25 other women that he sexually assaulted? No. Did they care about the lives of the officers on January 6th who have missing eyes and fingers and crushed vertebrae and PTSD and long-term disability where they can never work again? No. Did they care about the life of Officer Sitnick, his family that will never see their father again? No. How about the 3 other officers that took their own lives because of the PTSD that was caused? No. They're dismantling the Department of Education. So kids that have special needs, autism as an example, no longer have that help because they took it away. That's really pro-life. Now, the number one cause of death of children in this country is what? I know you're going to be shocked, but it's not trans people. I know, it's shocking. Bear with me. It's school shootings. Wow. So many laws have been passed from Republican. Oh, wait, none. That's right. Not a damn thing has been done, has it? Not a one. Over 40,000 people die every year from gun violence for various reasons. And you know what they get? Thoughts and prayers. For these pro-lifers, school shootings are a cost of doing business. It's sick, it's disgusting, it's vile, and it's reprehensible. But that's what it is. So let's talk really quick about this whole thing that you hear all the time about this Lincoln Riley case. What happened to her was a travesty. It should have never happened. But the reason that they go there is for one reason. Not because they give a damn about her life, but because the person that did it wasn't white. It was an undocumented immigrant. So they made a big deal to scare the white people. There was over 43,000 people that died from firearm violence that year. Did you hear evangelicals or Republicans or Fox News talk about gun violence and how we need to protect the sanctity of life? Of course not, because they actually don't give a shit about life. They truly don't. Nothing. What do they want to focus on? Trans people. 12 trans players out of 500,000 because it scares their uneducated white base. And the best example I can give you is Adriana Smith. She was unfortunately brain dead from complications from being pregnant. It was horrible. But the state of Georgia forced her body to stay on a ventilator for months. They forced her family to watch her corpse. And then they took this baby out of her. See, here's the thing. These pro-life people aren't going to do a damn thing for her family. They're going to be in medical debt up to their eyeballs. Probably going to have to file bankruptcy. Maybe they'll lose their house. But you know what? They don't give a damn. How about that child? Likely, because of how that child was born, if it makes it, it's going to have special needs. But there's no more Department of Education. So sorry, there's just nothing we can do. We just had to balance the budget and give tax breaks to the rich people because we love life so much. They don't care if that baby's shot in a school. They don't care if it has clean water. They don't care if that kid has a living wage. They don't care if that kid has universal health care. They don't give a damn about that baby once it's born. Because it's never about life. It's forced birth. It's one more thing that white supremacist evangelicals use to weaponize religion. I would argue, as much as I'm not even a Democrat, they're not perfect. I would argue they're actually pro-life. They want to have food for kids in schools. They want to give kids SNAP. They want to help people start a business. They want to help people get out of poverty. Now, I may not agree with everything they do, but that sure in the hell seems a lot more like pro-life. And what gets me is this. Every 4 years, I hear this phrase from these Republicans, these MAGA white supremacists, are you better off? But see, that's the key. And I think that gets overlooked. Me, 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 me. These evangelicals go to church with their Joe in the Ho bumper sticker and their F Joe Biden flag for 1 hour a week and pretend to be something they're not, a person of faith, somebody that actually loves Jesus, and they don't. And when they're asked this question every 4 years, are you better off? They only care about them damn selves. They could be on the street with 10 other people, but as long as their life's okay, as long as they have more money, I don't give a damn about you. And in this last election, I voted for women's rights, for my LGBTQ rights, for health care. I wanted a living wage. I wanted to stop the war in Gaza. I literally voted for everybody else because I am pro-life. And for all of you evangelicals, because a lot of you lack critical thinking because you don't actually read the Bible and use wisdom to discern it, you might want to read the book of Proverbs and listen to wisdom, because King Solomon was a very smart person, whether you agree with him or not. He was highly intelligent. You just weaponize it. If God wanted to stop abortion, why wouldn't he do it? Why didn't God stop the Holocaust? World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Sandy Hook, Uvalde, George Floyd. Why didn't God stop all those? Free will. That's right. It's the same reason that God didn't stop Adam and Eve from eating the fruit in the garden. Free will. But you don't want free will. You want to take it away and you want to push your religious ideology, because that's what happened with Jesus. The MAGA back then, the Sanhedrin that was led by Judas Iscariot, didn't like the way that Jesus was talking. So they crucified him in the name of God because he was blasphemous. And that's exactly what this movement is. It is control. We have people literally in concentration camps in this country right now, living, drinking out of toilets, being handcuffed, eating off of paper plates, being left out in the sun, being eaten by mosquitoes. But pro-life. But you voted for a man who's an adjudicated rapist and a convicted felon who cheats on his wives and caused an insurrection. But you're pro-life. So why don't you shove it right where the sun don't shine and stop pretending to be something you're not? Because the only thing you are forced birthers. You have a good day.